What's up, y'all? It is me. It's your girl, Kiwan. I am back with another episode of RHOP Season 9, Episode 11, Secrets of the Love Lagoon. So the episode starts with Mia. She's at like a jumbo gym with her kids. She's saying in her confessional that the kids know what's going on between her and G from last week's episode, which is just insane to me how fake Mia is. But we just gonna leave it there. So Stacy is meeting up with Giselle and Karen. They're having lunch. Stacy says she feels like Giselle is, she acts tough on the outside and she's really soft and cuddly on the inside, and said that they would be best friends. And I was like, no ma'am, you will never take Rob's spot. And no, Giselle is who she is on the outside. What you see is what you get. Point blank, ND, period. So Giselle asks Stacy, how is TJ? And she says that TJ is well, he's still out in LA filming. And so they asked Karen about the Love Lagoon party, and Karen was like, we're going to have questions, it's going to be food. She explains to them the details of the Love Lagoon party. So then Giselle asks Stacy if TJ still works in Potomac. I may have said that. Okay, so she said if TJ works in Potomac, and Stacy was like, no, he is in LA, but he comes back and forward to Potomac to come and visit her. And so Giselle tells Stacy, you need more pain in your life, and you need to figure out if TJ is what you really want. So to me, it felt like Stacy was trying to convince herself and us that TJ was something she really wanted, because y'all, in the whole episode she kept referencing him as her best friend, and I'm like, well, what is it? Is it your best friend, or is this man your boo? But carry on. So Stacy says that tells the ladies that TJ is God-fearing, and they laughed, and so did I. My thing is, if he's so God-fearing, why is he messing with a married woman? I don't know. I'm not the poster child, as it relates to my religion and my spirituality, but I do know right from wrong. Anyway, so Giselle lets Stacy know that TJ is doing TJ when he's away, and I agree. I totally agree. I feel like he is. Now, who he doing it with is none of our business, but the truth of the matter is he's doing him, and it's just how he reacts to Stacy, like how he talks to her. He doesn't show that there is a love interest. There is no chemistry to me. They just seem like just a platonic friendship. I don't know, but Stacy keep trying to convince us that it's something more, and clearly we all see something else. So Karen said TJ have a whole life in LA, and I agree. I believe it. I'm sorry. He just, like that movie, he is just not that into you. Anyway, moving forward, Wendy arrives in her hot pink at this boutique, and she's waiting for all the ladies to show up. So everybody shows up, and Giselle says in her confessional, Wendy, why are we meeting at a boutique? And then Jacqueline arrives, and I was like, why is Rotten Coochie back? I don't like her. I can't stand that lady. Anyway, Wendy wants to do a liberation celebration in Panama. That's why they're at the boutique. Everyone is excited except Kiana. She said she was wanting to go to Europe. Mia said she No, I'm sorry. She was saying in her confessional she wanted to go to Europe and she really wasn't thinking Panama. And I was like, now hold, usually but Kiana, girl, stop. I don't know. I'm trying to navigate around Kiki, and I like her, but I'm just trying to navigate around her, so I'm just kind of seeing her. But the jury is still out on that. As far as we know, I still like Kiki. Anyway, Mia said she's gonna invite Jacqueline to Karen's Love Lagoon, and Wendy tells Mia that Karen is gonna be pissed. Meanwhile, Ashley said, you should do it. You should invite her. And I was like, y'all, this really got to be this lady last season. I cannot. So Jacqueline actually goes to Karen and asks Karen about inviting Jacqueline. And Karen said, no ma'am, no Pam. But then we need to flashback to that, not last season, but the season before last, when she threw that drink on Wendy. And then got mad at Karen when Mia hosted that flimsy trip in Miami. And she got mad because Ashley, what's her name? Candace and Karen went to go visit Wendy after she assaulted Wendy. But then you want to try to do the same thing. You want to try to invite Jacqueline to a space where Karen doesn't want her. Girl, and like Karen said, Mia just doing that to be messy. She should be trying to clean stuff up and make it seem like, oh, I'm just being cool. I'm just being a friend. Girl, that's BS. But we gonna let it go. So, since Wendy says Eddie is gonna bring the happy Eddie, and Stacey was like, I'm gonna wear a thong, and I was like, I don't know why. I don't know why, because TJ. Anyway. So we get in the next scene where Kiana is talking to Greg about the trip. She says in her confessional that basically Greg doesn't want to be on TV, and it shows because he seems slight annoyed. His energy is just always stiff and dry. Even like now, he's on Watch What Happens Live, and his energy is just like stiff and dry. I don't know. I'm just really still not feeling Greg, but whatever. So in the next scene, we see Stacey with Aunt Dora. They're catching up. She's telling her Aunt Dora that she's happy being separate from her husband. Dora said they need to really move forward with this divorce, basically. She didn't say those words, but to sum it up, that's what she said. So here we go. Stacey tells her aunt about she met a friend. She's again referenced him as her best friend. And so I was just wish she stopped talking about this man. Her aunt asks her, she tells her aunt that they're not sleeping together, and she says that's a good thing. And then Stacey then says, well, a lot of other people don't think so. I have noticed how Stacey constantly like to throw in what everybody is saying about the relationship. If to me it feels like that you are slightly uncomfortable with y'all current status. You don't like the fact that you and him are not intimate in a way that you want to be intimate, but you don't want to walk away from this, which is insane to me also. But Stacey is saying in one end, she didn't say this verbatim, but to sum it up, she said she doesn't want soul ties. So when you start sleeping with somebody, you start catching feelings, and everything just start to run together. And I was like, I'm confused. I'm thoroughly confused, because do you want him in that way or don't you want him in that way? Or is this your best friend? Like, I'm really just trying to, it just feel like it's just giving me a forced storyline. I'm over it at this point. TJ can actually go. To me, he can go, because there is nothing there. So y'all, Giselle is on her date with Noms. You know, remember Noms was the one she went on a speed. You know, she met at the speed dating last episode. And Noms is pretty cute. You know, Noms is cute. And they went out dancing. And we all know Giselle can't dance thanks to production. They show all the time she tried to dance, and I was just like, every time I was like, no ma'am. So Giselle was saying her kid, she's almost an empty nester, and life is all about her and everything that she likes, and I totally agree. When I tell y'all I am at that stage in my life, I don't have empty nesters yet, but they're of the age, they're over the age, but I am about me and figuring me out. So I get it. Anyway, so Giselle is asking him a lot of questions. She says that she wants him to be rough, a little rough, a lot, I guess, rough around the edges. And I was like, girl, you want a roughneck? Okay. And so production asked Giselle, have Jamal been to jail? And she was like, yeah. Girl, then she gonna say Jamal went to jail for like protesting and stuff. Girl was like, girl, please. Anyway, so we see the setup for the Love Lagoon. It is beautiful. Karen really outdid herself with this one. And Ray, get away from the mermaids. Okay, we see you. Ray loves the ladies. And I can honestly say that question that's gonna come up at the Love Lagoon, I believe it to be true when it comes to Mr. Ray. Now, I like you, Ray, but we see Karen didn't answer that question, but we gonna get there. So Josh and Noms is in the car with Ashley and Giselle. Giselle tells Noms and Josh that Karen is the seasoned friend of the group and Ray is the very seasoned husband. I was like, girl, that was shady, but whatever, you know. So Stacy and her best friend arrive, and Karen has these martinis and they're blue, and she calls them the Grand Dame Teenies, which was really, really cute, and it was some really cute drinks. So then Child Mia show up. Girl, Jossie and her boyfriend show up, and I was like, where y'all been? But whatever. I think she's a friend of, and I feel like the way she was a friend of, that's how Jacqueline should have been a friend of. Very away. We just don't want to see her. And so the Osefos arrive. Okay, listen. That was looking real chocolate, okay? In white. You understand? That chocolate on that white was chef's kiss. Do you hear me? I was here for it. I just needed to put that out there because I love the Osefos. I love their energy, and baby, they be giving me top tier. They be giving me top tier energy in every area of their life. Okay, so Greg and Keanu show up, and then they asked Greg about being in the pool. And they asked Ray about being in the pool. Ray said he would be in the pool daily if the mermaids were there. I was like, okay. And then GNA arrived. Okay. We all know who GNA is. So then when she saw Ashley friend Josh, Wendy said, is that Jack Harlow? Y'all know who Jack Harlow is. He a nice little rapper. You know, he of the Caucasian, you know, but he a nice little rapper. Anyway, apparently Ashley ain't got no drawers on. That ain't nothing new because Ashley is a nasty little. Anyway, Karen starts the game called Turn Up the Heat. The first question is, do you feel like your partner has ever cheated? Baby, this question is messy AF. Ray said he don't feel like Karen has cheated, and everybody was looking at each other like, blue eyes. Nobody ain't say nothing, but everybody was just looking. And my thing is, if you don't have no proof, then it didn't happen. But I do believe I do believe Ray has stepped around on Karen, especially when Karen was younger. I know he did. Anyway, but that's just my opinion. So Stacey, at this point, she throws Giselle and Ashley under the bus. And TJ says he agreed with Giselle when she made the comment about, Stacey told TJ what Giselle and Karen said not Ashley, I'm sorry, I did say Ashley, that what Karen and Giselle said at the restaurant, how they think TJ is doing him. So TJ actually agreed with Giselle, and I was like, who are you sleeping with? No, Stacey, I asked that too, but Stacey asked, who are you sleeping with? And at this point, Stacey, you should feel embarrassed and you should leave him. I'm sorry. I think I want this to be my last time actually talking about TJ on here, whether I see him or not. I don't want to keep talking about him. I'm tired of talking about him. Anyway, Darius doesn't think that Jazzy has cheated, but Jazzy thinks that Darius has cheated. And it was the way she was trying to word it, like, I feel like, but you think he was cheating? You know he was cheating on you. Wasn't you a side chick, from my understanding? But that's what the people say. Down on the internet streets, the people say that you was the side chick and you tried to clean it up, and at this point, girl, no ma'am. So they asked him, the men asked him to clear it up, and of course he gonna lie. And so Jazzy was like, well, I'm not an idiot, ma'am. If you're not an idiot, then why you with him? And I'm gonna leave it there, because all of that stuff has already been addressed. Men said, she don't think Gordon cheated, and everybody was like, wait, what? So Mia feels like, if I've given you permission to go and sleep with somebody else, then that's not you cheating. That's me giving you permission to go out and hate. It is what it is. And then Mia says that she cheated on Gordon, but we already know that, you know. So the next question is, do you like being a dominant or submissive in the bedroom? Kiana asked the question. She asked TJ. Kay says she is a sub. Greg says he's dominant. Eddie says dominant for sure, and Wendy says submissive. And I was just like, yeah, Eddie gives me dominant, but whatever. Jizzy says she's a dominant. Nam says he's dom. Mia said, girl, listen, at this point I'm not even mad at Mia. So Mia says that she's a dominant with Gordon, and I can see that. I don't visually see that, but I can see that. And she's a sub with Ink, and I can see that too. So Ashley says when she's in the lady pond, she's a dom, but then when she's with a man, she's sub. And I was like, I just hunt Michael. Ew. Anyway, Josh says he's dominant. Stacy is still acting real prudish, like, oh my god, girl. Y'all, Stacy really been working on my nerves. She really have. Anyway, Darius said he handled his business, so he handled his. I take care of mine. You know, I don't care what nobody else doing, boy. I'm knocking it down. Whatever. So Stacy says she's the dom. TJ says just because they're not sleeping together, don't think you'll be more dominant than me. And I was just like, this dude, oh my nerve. Y'all, this man touches the tip of my last good nerve. Okay, so Ray said Karen used to be saying that. I was like, so, and Ray wants okay. So Giselle asks Ray, tells Ray, Karen says she retired her mouth. She said, do you want her to go back into retirement? Ray says, he didn't say this, but this is what I'm saying. Ray said he wants Karen to slide on the knob like going on the anyway, ill. So then we see a dog coming into the yard, and it was like, Karen, you have a dog? We know Karen was like, I don't have no dog. And then you see Sourpuss come in with all of these balloons. Child, Jacqueline show up, and this for the episode in, and I'm just like, Lord, I don't like this woman. Okay, and she just keep popping up. She like a zit. She pop up at the most inconvenient time. Anyway, I'm just, and we're just gonna have to talk about this next week, because I'm gonna save my comments for next week. So all I'm gonna say to end this: what you get is what you get, and don't throw a fit. Peace.